Yeah, and I don't think it's a very easy task as well, Roy, to tackle this anxiety felt by the people on migration, people who are on the move, seeking safety and refuge, and just fundamental rights, our everyday rights that we get to enjoy. We talk about applying to universities. We talk about our UPU application, our UCAS application every single day, not realizing that this is a privilege that some others out there don't get to talk about, don't get to banter, you know. And that's unfortunately quite shameful. And while we're talking about narratives, I want to pass this floor to Aunger to sort of, how do you find the media representation towards refugees? I mean, you're one of the few, advocates of the community here, and there's not a lot of efforts done in that as of currently. So how do you find it accommodating to your cause and to the plight of the community? Do you think the messages resonate with you and resonates with the people who needs to hear about, who are misunderstood and misinformed about the refugees? Hello.
Oh, okay. Hi. Hi, yes. So my name is Aunger. Like Azza introduced, I have been in Malaysia for the past 17 years. And the media representation here, as far as I have experienced, it hasn't been very good. And a lot of the time it has also been politicized and like painted as like what was also said in the panel previously, like they were here like, taking up your resources. They are like, passive, receivers. And like Elroy mentioned as well, like, they are like the trauma. And this is the narrative that's always been always been like shown when you're like talking about refugees. And also like a lot of that I understand is also because of like security reasons and stuff. They were like, they are just like behind this faceless and just, you don't really know besides refugees. And a lot of them, if you talk about refugees, they're like, oh, war, like they don't know like what exactly is like they go through and things like that. But actually, if you get to know like the community, a lot of them are actually, taking charge of their themselves, making decisions, and they are leaders. If you look at a lot of refugee communities, a lot of them are, that is also why there's also a lot of refugee learning centers. So communities are leading and doing all these efforts. So they are not as portrayed in media a lot that they are just here to receive and take away all our resources, and they just take. No, a lot of, especially the youth as well among the refugee communities, they are giving back and they want to be actively be part of the change and want to make something good for the community. So yeah, that is how I see as the media. Although of course, as of now, like after the COVID and everything, there has been a bit of like advocacy, especially like social advocacy, and people has been like speaking up about like refugees. And during the COVID, we saw like an amazing movement where like leave no one behind, migrant juga manusia, this kind of stuff. And this has been like we have seen it happen in Malaysia, but because after that it just kind of died down. It has become like a sort of trend thing, almost like something happens, something big happens, oh, refugees and migrants, we do, and then after a while it just kind of like sort of died down and go back to this narrative of like, oh, okay. And so it has been that way. And there still need to be a lot of like work done in terms of media representation and their narratives